No, it was just me and a couple of boys.
Yo, what's that deal? You too, we back, man. I know some of y'all thought it was over with, but I told you we had one more guest, one more episode. And today we back, man, still Slippin podcast. And we in here with one of the most known members from one of the most known crews of GTA Online, man, from Temple Drive Ballas, man. We got Kash, TDB in the building, man. Welcome to the podcast.
What's going on, man? Good to be here. Hell yeah. Yeah.
All right, good to have you, man. So we got you in the building today, man. Just want you to introduce yourself, man. Let the people out there know who you are, man, what you stand for and where you come from and how you got started with this GTA.
Man, all right, for sure. I mean, I'm going to just sum it up real quick. And, you know, I'm living the American dream right now, man. How you could come from nothing and make something out yourself and move on to different avenues. You know what I mean? Like, started off small time. Didn't really know nobody, man. I got stuck in free aim. I didn't even know what free aim was. I got stuck in this bitch. Ended up running into, you know, some ballers and shit. And, you know, coming from playing San Andreas and all that, you know, everybody scream families. So, you know, I was beefing with the ballers early on. And I ended up, I don't know, nigga type align myself. I made my own families back in the day. But then it wasn't really a family set. It was a family, if that makes sense. So like, I go into it, man. Like, it's a lot of history there, boy. I'll tell you what. You the first nigga that reached out to me too when I made this shit, which is crazy. That's why I had to come and do this one little podcast, man. Nigga said some shit. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, nigga started off. I made some little. It wasn't even a family crew. It was called Grove Street Mob Set. It was a red crew, but that transitioned into D-Fam. But niggas might not know. A lot of niggas know, but like that's where the history comes from, man. Like you gonna hate it, you gonna love it. I don't give a fuck. That's my history. That's what made me, that's what pushed me to do what I was doing on here. To be top op and shit. But on to it, man. So a nigga started D-Fam, linked up with you, and I came up, I don't know which one of us came up with it. We might have both came up with it. But we was like, yo, it'd be hard if we had like an East and a West. So we did the East and West Davis. Niggas had their own flags. I see y'all still rocking the black shit, right?
Yeah. I think we had we had gray. I think y'all had black and white or something like that.
Nah, we had. See, and then the difference between Davis and a lot of the other shits, I always felt like Davis was separate, in my opinion, from a lot of the other family crews. Like Davis was the only crews with the dark green at the time. Everybody else had lime green.
Yeah.
And I wasn't rocking with it.
Yeah. I remember that. For sure,
so,
man. Because I remember most of the Grove Street, a lot of the other families they had that bright green, and then I think your D fam had the darkest green because ours was a little darker, but I think yours was darker than ours, and I was like, damn.
See, because I didn't fuck with that lime green shit, bro. I just didn't fuck with it, and like that was just me in a role-playing type of mood on the game to where I wanted to be different. Like, okay, you could call yourself a family, like same way with the Crips and the Bloods. Like, they'll rock different shit. They got different politics. You know, even though you a Blood, like that Blood said, don't operate the way you operate. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I tried to bring to the game, man. And I didn't fuck with the way every family crew thought, oh, cause I'm a fam, send me an invite to your crew. We all in the same crew. We all gonna be like, no, I don't fuck with that shit, bro. If you in my crew, you flying the flag. That's it. That's the only tag you repping. Unless like it was certain niggas like you, cause we was linked like that. But that's on for another day, man. I ain't trying to spend too much time on it. But the beef from PS3, boy, I'll tell you what. Some of the best times I ever had. No voice chat. Be on there just talking shit, man. Fucking Suwu Nation, Mirror Park Bloods. Who else? OGSF, that's where it sparked off. I started beefing with the families on PS3. I don't know what it was, bro, but when I started beefing with the Bloods, the families ended up wanting to get into the beef. So I started beefing with Kingser and them, MC Fran. And man, that shit spilled over into PS4. So fast forward, like, you know, we've been doing defense for like a year or two, probably a year and a half. We on PS4 now. We done beef with Suwu Nation, Jamestown, SMGs, everybody on PS3. We was beefing with Cat Pillars too. We had no business beefing with Bang. If anybody know who Bang is, they was hosting tournaments back on PS3. D-Fam ain't had no business beefing with them niggas. But that's just how hard-headed a nigga was, bro. Like, I don't know what it was about me, man.
Hold on 1 second.
Go ahead.
I'll cut you off. So because I never heard of tournaments, and I mentioned in another episode. But was this a locally hosted one, but like a crew, or was this like an official like Rockstar hosted tournament?
All right. Nah, it was Rockstar. I don't want to say promoted, sponsored, whatever you want to say. It was featured. There you go. It was featured on Rockstar. Temple Drive was featured on Rockstar too.
Oh, for
TDD
real?
was featured. Yeah, we was featured by Rockstar on one of their home pages. They had a picture of us, was talking about us and shit. That's before I joined though. That's back from PS3 because Temple Drive was putting in that pressure. Temple Drive almost won that tournament on PS3 with their recruitment crew. South Vinewood Ballas. But anyway, so that tournament was hosted by Hot Chimera, if you know who that is, from Cat Pillars and from Hot.
I remember the Cat Pillars name.
Bang was a tag, yeah.
Yeah, that Bang tag.
They made what's it called? Concrete 2.0. Hot Chimera made that. If you ever played like the TDM Concrete, it's around the Davis
Concrete
area.
2.0. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Hot Chimera made that.
I definitely remember that Bang tag though, because they was pretty active.
Yeah, bruh. They wanted to beef with me so bad, but I think it was partly my fault because I couldn't shoot shit, bro, on PS3. Like, so all I wanted to do was shoot and just get better, man. Like, so I shot at the wrong people a lot of times. You feel me? Like, I didn't care though. I mean, that's why I feel like I was top off at one time, because niggas would see my name and be like, oh, there he go. See that Savage in the lobby, nigga. And it was like, yeah.
I was just about to ask you, man, for the people that don't know what your name was back then, man. Let the people know.
Yeah, man, that Savage Styles, D-Fan Savage, David Savage. I was watching my old video today, man. Like I was just telling you right before the podcast. I'm watching some of my old videos, brush up on shit. Why am I responding to 9-year-old comments that I ain't never seen, bro? Like, yo, it was a big ego on that character though. Like that, at this point, that was a character. Like, yeah, that was me talking my shit, but that you wasn't gonna out talk me at that time. Like that name fit me well. Not gonna lie, that Savage. Like I was just. Nigga, I used to be on the game till like 3, 4 in the morning sometimes, just arguing with niggas, fighting for like 6 hours. Shit was crazy. You know, like I said, man, it's a lot of history on PS3, and I feel like that shit regardless how we feel about each other, ops and everything, that shit's in the books, man. Like, we really laid down the game for the next generation, kinda. I mean, it's kind of fucked up now, but we put that foundation in a little bit to how shit kind of built over, but the game all fucked up now. I ain't gonna lie.
Cause back
Nobody
then,
don't play right now.
back then though, it was you didn't have as much stuff as you have now. Back then, it was literally just you and your gun. There was no off the radar type things yet. You know what I'm saying? So, and I do remember, man, I do remember being in sessions, man, because like I said, we hung with y'all so close, and I mentioned it before, like I wouldn't even have DFAM tag active, but because they saw Davis, I remember getting messages, fuck Savage, fuck DFAM. And I'm like, what? I'm like, Savage ain't even in the session, bro. What you talking about?
Facts.
Niggas was bad, man.
I'm telling you, but yo, I'm not gonna say that wasn't doing off the radar, because it was certain niggas doing that. And I want to touch on a few topics before we move off of PSG real quick. So Kevin Pyru, all them niggas, they would call muggers. You don't remember that? They would always call a mugger.
Yeah,
and wait for the mugger to hit you and
tactic.
shoot you when you're on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah,
okay. So niggas would do that. And Kevin Pyru would go off the radar a lot, for sure. And then I want to touch on one more thing, man, about the families, though, because where was y'all niggas? Not you, but where was niggas, man? I was on PS3 fighting for my motherfucking life, bro. Where was everybody? In auto aim, scared to come to free aim. That shit, they didn't start coming to free aim till PS4 version dropped. And everybody moved to PS4, now they in free aim. That shit pissed me off. That's one of the reasons why I just couldn't fuck with the families, man. They wouldn't pull up. I would send these niggas invites and they want to sit in auto aim, Keenzer and all them.
So, yeah, I remember. I came back cause I got my accounts and stuff. Like in the beginning of Rockstar with GTA and shit, they was resetting accounts and stuff like that. So I took a break. After it happened to me, I was like, man, fuck this game. But I came back, and that's when I bumped into you. And I remember the only fams. I want to say OG Walters.
I was gonna shout out Walters.
Yeah, there was like a couple. I think I want to say OG Grove Street was around too in free aim. They're the only ones I can think of off the top of my head, and Kareem.
I didn't see OG Grove Street that much, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I ran into him a handful of times, really. And even then, we was never on good terms with him. Like, for some reason, he's just a dickhead, man. Honestly.
Yeah, I was about to say, I kind of just kept my distance, but.
Yeah, he had a crazy ego. Like, I ain't have an ego. Niggas who ain't try to ego me, man. Like, if you talk shit to me and like I already knew I was trash, bro, and you gonna throw salt on the wound, I'ma talk my shit, bro, because that's one thing I can do. You feel me? Like, and that's what caused a lot of beef, bro. A lot. And I remember how a lot of that shit sparked off, man. I remember, man, shout out DFAM Easy, man. He came from the PS3 too. Grove Street Mob set. You know, he was in my first crew I ever made. I ain't even know it. I wasn't even banging that crew no more. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of shit, bro. I had my biggest fan on PS3 follow me to PS4. That was it was a nigga from Cat Pillars. He was in 3 different crews though, from PS3 to PS4. He was in Cat Pillars, 55th Street Families, and Eastside Pain Gang, if you remember them. His name was I Make Chaos / AK Warlord. Bitch ass nigga.
Oh yeah, I remember AK Warlord. Yeah.
Bro, it's crazy because
I didn't know he was in 55th. I knew he was in Eastside Pain. Yeah. I thought, what's his name? That 55th shit turned into beef with us though.
But 55th
basic bills
was Suwu. It was Suwu Nation, bro. Was 55th, bro. And that's where he was in, the Eastside Pain Gang with Suwu Nation. That's a little.
And then in 11-5, criminal from 11-5, he was like, I ain't fucking with that. Yeah.
I don't fuck with them niggas, man. You know, it was only certain fams I was fucking with. Like I said, man, I'm gonna shout out Cuss Bucket. It was y'all. We had the Davis females at one point too.
Cause
Niggas had
I
beef,
didn't
fam.
agree with the fans trying to click up with the Bloods, bro. I didn't agree with clicking up with nobody, though. That's why I was like, what y'all
Nah, I
trying to
want
do? And they were clicking
right.
up with them, and they said like the Sioux Nation was like dissing fans. I'm like, y'all trying to be cool, the niggas they dissing. Like that's crazy.
Nah, that shit kind of you know, it was like we should have kept our politics separate. You could be cool with niggas, yeah. You don't have to beef with them. Nobody telling you gotta beef with somebody. But when I don't see you in free aim and you call yourself begging me for invites to my crew and shit like that, and then the one day you in free aim, you hanging out with my ops, bro, and you decide to pull up on me when you know it, we ain't never had beef, and you a family trying to shoot at me, that put a bad, like, no Diddy, that put a bad taste in my mouth at that point, bro, for the families. And all I seen was blood at that time, man. That was right before, that was like a month or two before I made the jump to PS4. So when I got a PS4, I trained my ass off, bro. I promise you, like, I was not the same nigga that they seen on PS3. When they got the PS4, they got their ass beat first day. Because they wasn't ready for it. Like, I was a different person. They thought they was finna do the same shit. Nah, I elevated, bro. I started corner shooting. I started gun smacking niggas. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't doing that the first day they came. But yeah, I remember a nigga called me, man. It was Maze. He didn't call me, but he hit me in the DMs, Maze, I think. He was like, Merc's Ace in the lobby. It's like morning time, I think, bro. Yo, I'm like, all right, fuck it. Hop in the lobby, we go. That was his first day on there, man. That's how big of like ops we was with some people, man, where first day you hop on console, we on your head.
Yeah, that was
You know?
with Mark Ace, and then you remember the Dark Souls Nation?
Yo, shout out Dark Soul, man.
Yeah.
See, he was a pioneer on PS3, man. I'm not gonna lie.
That's why I'm trying to tell people he was an enemy, but he was necessary, bro. You need a dude in the session, bro.
Bro, he was a good op to have. Plus, he was doing other shit and not letting the game 100% cloud his judgment. Like, he would host role play lobbies and shit, bro. And he had a whole system for it, how you make money, how you level up, everything. But the problem was the audience just wasn't right for it, man. They had Kevin Pyru and all these little kids in there, bruh, and all they wanted to do was spin the block all day and not like build a RP organically. So yeah, but shout out to Maniac Gangsta Souls in there, man. The other dude, JD from there too, man. I talked to him before about that. JD Money, he was in there.
Yeah, I was trying to get JD on the podcast too, man. I know he been around from that early days too, man. So
oh yeah, he been around, man. It's a lot of people from PS3, and it's like I get lost in the shuffle, and a lot of people thought I wasn't around no more and shit like that because I wanted it like that. Then nobody need to know my business, bro. Like when I first made the jump, so after all the beef and everything, when I first made the jump to TDB, man, it was just right. I felt like, why was I fighting this shit the whole time? I should have been this. I wouldn't have met a lot of people, you know, in my path. Like, I wouldn't take it for nothing because when I met a lot of people, I started going in tournaments, I started getting better and shit. But when I joined TDB, I wanted to go back to my roots, bro. I wanted to go back to free mode and stop being so competitive and shit. And it just felt like home, man. Like, nigga, I mean, shit. I really don't know what else to say about that, man. It just,
you been TDB.
The same ops.
You been TDB since when?
2015.
2015. All right.
Yeah,
I mean, that's still early enough shit. That's still 10 years ago, man. Shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So it'll be 10 years in October. And yeah, bro, I'm the quickest nigga to ever make it in the crew from the recruitment crew too. I made it in that bitch in less than a week. You got to do recruitment in TDB, mandatory like a month. Feel me? You got to show that, you know, you're not asking for a tag. Because niggas will do that, man. Like, TDB been around so long, and regardless how niggas feel about them, they well known. Like, we don't got to be around for nobody to talk about us, man. We be minding our own business. And then here go a nigga making songs talking about simple job, Ballas, y'all don't exist to me. Somebody need to make a TDB. Like what? All right, bro.
So we can get into that, man. So
we don't even know, bro.
So I know as far as saying, like with the Ballas, like with TDB, you guys basically like do your own thing. And I know for sure, for a fact that TDB been around since GTA 4. When GTA, right before GTA 5 came out. So, I mean, you can't discredit them, man, just because at some point, people have lives to live too. You get what I'm saying? So you can't say, all right, let's make a TDB. When
you gotta understand, bro. Like most of us from that era, we 30 at least. You know, or close to.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said the youngest person would have been, 15 back in the day? So even them being 12 years in the game, they're 27.
Yeah, they pushing it, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, we not young like we was, bro. I think when GTA 5 first dropped, when was that? Was it 2013, right?
Yeah,
I think it was 2013. Bro, I was like 19, bro. Or turning 19. You know what I mean? Like, I was still young. I had that time, bro. And that's why I said, like, even with the TDB shit, man.
My oldest son was 7 months old when GTA came out. GTA 5 came out. He 12, bro. He in the 7th grade. You know what I'm saying?
He playing GTA 6.
He better, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, you can't do this forever, bro. That's why I be chill. And people like, oh, you coming back? I was like, there's really no reason to come back. I can't, you know what I'm saying?
But see, that's one thing I never understood too, because you never pushed yourself as like a highly competitive player. Like, you would compete for your own self, you know. Everybody wants to compete against somebody. But you never put yourself in that bracket. And niggas would still come at you for no reason because they knew you didn't want to be that. You didn't want to be the top shooter, and they knew that. They just looked at it like, I'm gonna just try to get a free kill. It's like, bro, that's why even back then I took that Savage shit serious, bro. Like the Davis shit, I felt like I was protecting WDFG a lot. Like, no shade to none of y'all niggas, but like a lot of niggas couldn't shoot, bro. Y'all wasn't training the way we was training.
Bro,
That's
we was getting y'all leftovers, bro. Yeah, I know that because they would come to me and they were like, "Oh man, Savage tripping." Da, da, da. I was like, well, you know what I'm saying? You can chill with us, shit. You know, I ain't on that type of shit.
You know? Which is cool, like I don't mind that. Like
that's why I said if they more into competitiveness and they doing TDMs, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't make the cut, basically, because I know there was other stuff, man. There's a whole bunch of things that was going on back then. With like, I know you remember Rock, that dude Rock.
Yeah,
he was like 50 something. He was like 50 back then, bro.
I ain't got no problem with Rock, man. Shout out NYFL, man.
Nah, he came at me crazy.
That's y'all, man. He would do that too, bro. He came at Infinity crazy one time. Yo, him and Infinity was real cool, bro. For those who don't know, man, Infinity,
shout out
and
Infinity,
a lot of
bro.
people might know him. A lot of people might know him because they killed him, bro. He was never a good shooter, man, but he was like the most solid nigga on the game, bro. Like, he was emotional, don't get me wrong, but if he fucked with you, he fucked with you.
Yeah, he was loyal. He was loyal for sure.
He a little emotional because he was an alcoholic, bro. Like, I don't put a nigga business out there, but he was drinking a little too much, bro. And he couldn't, he had some issues. But now, shout out Infinity, man. He got into it with Rock one time. Rock was talking mad shit. So I told Infinity, I said, yo, slide me your password and shit, man. And I went in 1v1 Rock and beat his ass. And he was talking shit. Infinity,
I remember that shit.
Felt so good. I did that shit a few times when we started beefing with, because I started getting better, bro. Niggas used to love to, they would always pick me out the crowd. They would be like, I want to go against him. because I was trash. They knew they could get that win and I wasn't going back down. What I'm going to say? No? Like, come on. So, you feel me? I started getting better. And I remember certain people wouldn't go against me, like Renzo Skills would not go against me, bruh. But she wanted to try to beat up on my little homie David. So I told David, yo, David, slide me that password in that email. Went in there, beat her ass real quick in the ones. Like, my progress was there, bro. I ain't gonna say I was never the greatest, man. I was climbing though. I was getting better, bro. I was making a little push, man. And a lot of people wasn't doing that. A lot was though. Like, I ain't gonna hold, you feel me? I ain't gonna shy away from giving props where props is due, because some niggas was really like that, and from the other side who I was beefing with and shit, man. It was like at first Mercs was giving me belt, drilling noise. I beat all them niggas when they came to PS4, bro. Like, all I needed was that training, bro. Nobody trained me. I self-trained myself. Like, I just picked up little shit, seeing what somebody would do and putting that in my game. Being like, oh, that's how they do that. Nobody taught me nothing, bro. Like, you feel me? And I probably gave niggas a lot of bad advice, but I trained some fucking demons on here. I'm not gonna lie. And they went on to being mad fucking crews.
Yeah.
Just because they could shoot. They would do good in a TDM and somebody would message them and say, hey, want to be in this crew battle? Like, yeah. I don't know, man. But the history, yeah, man, it gets deep. Like I said, I felt like TDB was home, man. And it's been 10 years now. I don't know.
That time fly, man.
Man, I remember when I first joined, they had a couple Americans, because TDB is known for being like, you know, a UK crew and shit, mainly. So they started recruiting more Americans and shit. And one of the main Americans was my nigga Carnage in there. That's who I kind of got in through. And me and Carnage used to beef so bad, bro. He still got this video up on his YouTube that say D-Fam needs help. And I commented on it on my Kash shit too. Like, because it's just funny to me, man. Like, I really used to beef with this nigga, but that just go to show, like, that shit bigger than the game, bro. Shit, you feel me?
Yeah, some
really,
people,
when
I feel like some people can't grasp that though. They're like, oh man, this is, you know, I don't know. Cause I remember, like you said, when
real life.
when you went to, I remember you messaged me. I think it was on Kick back then, and there was just crazy stuff going on, man, between the crews. And I understood. You was like, man, it's just annoying. I think I'm gonna fall back, whoopty whoop. And then you mentioned going to TDB, and I was like, you know, hey, do your thing, because even in like IRL, man, you can have somebody, you can have family from a different side, or
facts,
friends.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at it from that standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
And they ain't understand that. See, and that's why I fucked with you like that, bro. Because I was like, yo, you knowing my whole situation, how hard I've been beefing with niggas, like I was really, bro, there was no point in me fucking around with families. And then, like, I would have never shut D-Fam down and joined TDB, but it was Easy's fault. It was really Easy's fault, bro. It was 100% Easy fault, bro.
Shout out to Easy, man.
Shout out Easy, man. I wrote him in my little key points to talk about. And I wrote about him. I said, D-Fam Easy, best recruit with the worst qualities, loyal to a fault, but bad judgment. Facts, bro. Facts. Like, he a nigga who wants to build the crew up and have like 100 niggas in the lobby and like want the crew to thrive, but he'll recruit the wrong people in the process, man. And that's what happened, bro. We was on our rise, we was doing tournaments. It got so bad, bro. This is how biased niggas was against us. So the tournament's going fine. We make it to the final round. We made it through round 1 and 2. Make it to the final round. And they shut the tournament down.
Damn.
Because we made it to the final round. I'm like, all right, cool. I see what this is.
Yeah, that's something.
It's because we wasn't like a top dog type of crew. We was like a real scrappy.
Yeah, like y'all, it was like
You
y'all
know?
wasn't supposed to be there type situation. In their
Yeah, we
eyes.
was like the
In their eyes.
underdogs. We
Yeah.
Nah, that was our first tournament, bro.
Yeah,
That
it was
was
like,
the
well, how they gonna let these newbies come in here and be in the finals?
yup,
Nah, shut that shit down.
yup. But we had some hitters in there, and it was like they got mad too. All right, so what happened was I beefed with if anybody, a lot of niggas gotta know who Chaos is. The crew. Killing all on sight.
Yeah.
The TF141 ops niggas. That's their crew too. But Chaos, I beefed with them for a long time since PS3, and one of the major times we beefed where I was like, fuck Chaos, bro, at that point, was with DFM. Because DFM imported Chaos niggas in their crew to like try to go against us or some shit. Oh, nah, hold on. Yeah, they did some shit like that. We did that too.
Now, for the people out there that's watching that don't know what DFM is, it was an all Davis females crew that was made for a short period of time, man, back in the day.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of history for y'all, man. Ballers never had no all female baller crew though.
Oh man, that's why I said, yo, we was doing some shit, man. Davis was his own little animal, bro. It was his own little monster, man.
And I mentioned it before. I was like, bro, at one point it felt like Davis versus everybody because we was beefing with other fams. The ballers were kind of, not around for a short period, so we was beefing with Suwoo and all these other crews like the Mirror Parks and the Vespucci dudes, the essays.
And I ain't gonna lie,
it was beefing with a bunch of crews, man. Jamestown. I was
tight. I feel like I was keeping the balance, just being that enemy for a lot of people, bro. Because once I wasn't around, once I joined TDB and I wasn't that anymore, they couldn't go after Savage. I feel like who y'all gonna beef with? Y'all gonna beef with each other now? Like, I don't know, man. I was anchoring that shit for a while, bro, and I loved it. I loved being just going to a lobby and I'm chilling on the block. Next thing is 10 niggas surrounding the block, bro. And I would hop from roof to roof. Cause if niggas know how that Covenant block is, you could hop from onto the little grass by the fence, walk to the next roof. You could hop on another roof.
Yeah, especially if you come from that little alley right there.
It's a lot of ways I could go, man. And yeah, we used to jump niggas in the backyard. That was a big thing. You had to be jumped in the game. You feel me? There's a lot of politics back on PS3, man, and even PS4 for a little bit, but we changed a lot, bro. We went through different steps, man. We went from being a family's crew trying to push that agenda, and I was trying to bring a nation together back then, but nobody wanted to play free, and nobody could really like decide on shit. They just wanted it to be like fairy tale shit, bro. It didn't make sense to me. It's like, yo, we was losing the war against Ballas on PS3.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one, bro. That's why I mentioned in that episode 1, I mentioned about what's the name, Bruges Avenue, Brogue Ave.
Yeah.
It was Davis F. Ballas, and then it was the Nathan Jones little crew that he had and some other dudes. I'm like, man, you go in there, you be the only fam in there getting jumped by Ballas, man.
Yeah.
You be like, where the fuck everybody at, man? And for me, I was like, being a crew leader, it was like, man, I feel like being a crew leader was even worse because it's like a lot of pressure on you. You know what I'm saying? You can't run. You the crew leader. You can't fucking run.
You, bro. Now they headhunt you and you gotta stand your ground. Yeah, you can't be the leader that run away, bro.
Yeah, you can't be I'm about to get out the session as soon as people pull up. It's not a real leader, bro.
Bro, I had some of the worst scorecards on PS3 where they would have me down by 30 or some shit. Like, just because I'm getting jumped, bro.
Yeah.
6-7-1. What do I do? But I'm not leaving because that's my block, nigga. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's what mattered the most. Did you stand your ground?
Yeah. That's just how it was, bro. Like I had many pictures on PS3 of me, and that's why my crew changed like it did, bro. We had to get with the times. We couldn't be this little free mode fairy tale. Oh, we just gonna hold the block and get our ass beat every day. But we still families. Fuck no. We had to go a different route, bro. We had to spend less time in free mode and most our time in TDMs fighting each other. Did that for a long time, bro. I want to say we probably ran like 1,000 TDMs together, just like training.
Yeah, that's definitely a fact, bro. Because I remember some days y'all were like, "Hey, we about to go train," and then we were like, "All right, well, we'll be here when y'all get back."
8 hours later,
yeah, we go get some money or something.
Yeah, well, we would be in free mode too, but we
or a lobby war would kick off, and then y'all would come back. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like we'll go do some TDMs and shit, but it became less about holding down the block and more about just going out and shooting whoever's in the lobby.
Yeah.
Like if there's a big group, we going over there, and that's how I became cool with some niggas actually. Like shout out Mr. Mayhem Jax, man, from the Suns. Yo, when I was beefing with all the families, when the defam shit happened, and a lot of niggas left my crew because they was like, "Oh, why y'all gonna beef with the females?" Like, yo, politics, nigga, fuck. Yo, the Sons of Anarchy niggas, man. I ran into some ballers, or not some ballers, some MC crew fighting Jamestown, you know, right across the tracks. And I see like 10 niggas over there, so I'm shooting Jamestown and the Sons. And then I end up talking with the leader of the Sons in the lobby as we shooting at each other. And then, I don't know, niggas just became cool. And yo, they had some comp motherfuckers in that crew, bro. We ended up making a little undercover TDM crew and beating niggas' asses, bro. Going on like a crazy run. But that was the move back then, man. Like,